Hello, friend. Hope you all are healthy and happy. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss about the multiplicative inverse with the help of extended Euclidean algorithm. These two topics, multiplicative inverse and the extended Euclidean algorithm, we have studied earlier. Hope you like today's lecture. Let us start. So let us start the lecture, that is multiplicative inverse, but this we will find out with the help of extended Euclidean algorithm. So what is multiplicative inverse? In multiplicative inverse, if you find out the inverse of any number, then their GCD of that number with mod let n should be equal to 1, means these two numbers are relatively prime. If you remember extended Euclidean algorithm, then there was one equation that a multiplied by s plus b multiplied by t is equal to GCD of b and a, or a and b, you can say. Let replace a by n, that is modulo. So it will be like this: s multiplied by n plus t multiplied by b is equal to GCD of b and n. Now take the mod n. If the multiplicative inverse of b exists, then it means GCD of b and n should be 1. So above equation will be n plus t multiplied by b is equal to 1. Take mod n at both the side. So what you get? You will get s multiplied by n mod n plus t multiplied by b mod n is equal to 1 mod n. So because here it is a multiplication of n, so 0 plus t multiplied by b mod and 1 mod n is equal to 1. So it means t multiplied by b mod n is equal to 1. What does it means? It means b inverse is equal to t. So next question is, how will do this process? If you remember about the equilibrium, then there is one is R1, we take A, R2 we take B, and we take remainder is R, A upon B. So after that, similarly, we take at the beginning, we initialize T1 is equal to 0, T is equal to 1, and here you get the T. So how you would find the T? T is very easy. T is equal to T1 minus Q into T2. What is Q? It R1 upon R2 quotient. So in the next process, what you will do? This become R1 and this become R2. Again you will find some R here. This become T1 and whatever you get become T2, and again you find out the T. This process will continue until unless here R1 and R2 and here is 0. Here is 0. Similarly T1, T2 and T. So this process will continue until unless you are not at R2. You are not get 0. At this point we will stop our process. So GCD of A and B is equal to R1. So here, if R1 is equal to 1, then you can say B inverse is equal to T1. This is a complete process. Now move on to algorithm. R1 is equal to N, R2 is equal to B, T1 is equal to 0, T2 is equal to 1, while R2 is greater than 0 following this. Q is R1 upon R2. Now R is R1 minus Q into R2. R1 is R2 and R2 is R1. Similarly, we have find about the T. T is equal to T1 minus Q into T2. T1 is equal to T2 and T2 is equal to T1. And at last, if R1 is equal to 1, then B inverse is equal to 2. That's it. So this is the whole algorithm. Now move on to some examples. So let this question in front of you. Find the inverse of 12 in Z16. So it means n is equal to 16. So for do this, here R1 is 26 and R2 is 12. Now draw the table Q, R1, R2. So here we use the extended Euclidean kind of table, but in the extended Euclidean we take S as a variable, but here we are interested in T1 and T2 because according to the equation we just require T1 and T2. Sorry, T1, that is the inverse of B as we have discussed, and T. Go through the algorithm. So first this is, here you write down the 26, 12, 0 and 1. It is the initial condition. So R1 upon R2, so the question will be 2. So here required, I have just forgot to write down the R. So what is R? Remainder is 2, or you just put in equation. Once you find out the Q, that in case is 2. So here how to find out the R? So here 26 minus 2 into 12, 26 minus 24 is equal to 2. It is remainder. Now T, you know what is this Q into T1. So Q is here 2. You find out the Q. Sorry. So next step is to find out the T. T you know, T1 minus Q T2. So here it will minus 2. Now first row is completed. Exchange the value. 12 come here, 2 come here, 1 is here, minus 2 is here. So 12, 2. So what is question? Is 6. So question is 6. So here remainder is 0. 1 minus 2. So 1 minus Q, 6 minus, just put the value here, value of T. So you get minus minus plus 12. 1 plus 12, 13. So here you get 13. Exchange the value, 2, 0, minus 2 and 13. Now you can see it here. When R2 is 0, then stop. When R2 is greater than 0, then you can run this. Otherwise you move to this one. So if R1 is this, then you can say inverse of B is equal to T. But here you can see the GCD of R1 and R2, that is A and B actually, is equal to 2. This one. So it means there is no multiple inverse of 12 in 26. So that is the solution. Now take the next example. Example number 2, and it will be homework for you. Just write your answer in the comment box. Find the multiple inverse of 23 in Z100. It is homework for you. Hope you will write the answer in the comment box. Hope you have liked the lecture. If you like the lecture, then like, share and subscribe the channel. It will boost our enthusiasm to do more. Give your suggestion for the future. Ask query. Take care. Jai Hind.